Okay. Here I am. Hello everybody, I am Tashi, and I am here with trestwho.
Hello?
I was getting my coffee, that's why you were on the stream for so long. And you are still on there. But I haven't sat down. Now I am sitting. Now, you should be able to see my stupid face. Right there. Hi! Also, it's a little bit dark in here. So let me turn this on. There you go. And it's time for the climax. I mean, climax part 2 of Trigon part 2.
Strangely, when you turned your light on, it flashed in my mind a question. Do you know how many total YouTube videos you've done so far?
No? A lot. Why?
I'm just curious. Um, about your setup and how long it took you to get everything in your...
I mean, it was always just slowly upgrading. I remember in the beginning I was recording from a laptop.
Sure, I think your mother's aware of them, but probably not a single one because she doesn't understand the language.
I mean, she understands some words.
The answer to my question probably is in your channel that you could easily check. I think there's like a number counter somewhere.
I mean, I can say for sure because it is counting on different levels at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it counts the short, the live reaction, the live ones, the videos on separate occasions.
So it's kind of all those as separate videos?
For them it is.
So to get the answer, you have to manually add them all up.
But YouTube says I have 1.3 thousand videos. I don't know how much of them is live or not. Which counts or not.
Okay.
And none of them are good! Haha!
1.3, that's 1,300.
Yeah? I mean, no one to say exactly how much I have. 1.3 K could be more or could be less.
Alright.
But yeah, let's get this party started. Last time we defeated Trigon, and now we are going for Mother Blood, who might have some aces on their sleeves.
Some of them, anyway.
Yeah, especially if they are Cronut. Which they might be.
I remember Cyborg wasn't going because he was kind of like low on power and had a lot of damage. That doesn't fix up in a snap.
I mean, almost half of his body was missing by that point, so...
Uh-huh. Yeah, a lot of the characters are in pretty bad shape. And Raven herself was determined to go.
Yeah? Funny enough, Raven is the least injured. Physically. Mentally she is.
I guess? I don't know what to say about her magic when her father was using it through her. That doesn't really drain her, does
No,
it?
I think the father was using his own magic.
Right. And I'm not going to say that's necessarily going to recharge her or drain it. I don't know.
I mean...
Anyway, her plan works perfectly into Brother Blood's. You would consider that serendipity.
Yeah?
Except for the fact she came to attack his place, that's all.
That's
as I
why
mentioned
I said
before,
that she's not injured, but exhausted.
I remember describing he could be a challenge for several reasons. You know, the streets are still in a riot mode, but I have a feeling that the Titans are going to ignore that for now and go straight for his temple. He still has cultists that he has locally around him, and maybe a few extra surprises too, like the Grim and maybe some hidden captives similar to Professor Light.
I mean, as I said, I'm still surprised that the Watchtower is doing nothing because they were fighting for at least 10 hours.
You
In
made
that
another
moment.
theory too that he might get partially possessed by Trigon.
Yeah, he can try, can as well.
You better
But
try
yeah,
that gun. That's right. But that gun only has 3 bullets. So, aim carefully.
was there ever a gun that has 3 bullets?
It
Probably
has
some
3?
kind of thing.
Oh.
I assume that was probably a revolver with three ammo.
The first thing that flashed to my mind is a revolver, and I believe that it typically has 5 or 6 bullets.
I mean, that can be.
Very, very older guns have exactly 1 shot, and you have to load up the powder manually and stuff it in with some kind of stick.
There is one gun that can be using 3 ammo only, and that's a shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yeah,
I'm
one type of shotgun can only hold 3 at one time.
I think I've never heard of that. I sort of a double barrel shotgun, which just loads 2 bullets at a time, but they fire both bullets simultaneously.
It depends. Now, for that, there is a type which can shoot each barrel separately as well. It's more like hunting rifle.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't know if he has a gun. Let's see if he actually has one. Or try one. But I'm
I'm
done.
gonna bet. I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna bet no, but it's possible for him to get it. It exists in that world.
Yeah. But I'm done to watch in horror. It is not for drawn in pain from the inside the canyon. One by one, the touching teeth, followed by a series of crackling noises. Something common, hitting the floors of the canyon with a tool thud, and then everything was quiet. Oh, so Ruby's silver eyes were so strong that while defeating the mirror copies of them, she defeated the normal and the originals as well.
Well, that also suggests a connection between those two. That it's like their minds were in her mind, but you kill the mind, and how is that Morpheus phrase it? The body cannot live without the mind.
Yeah, but the mind can live without the body.
But mind, so to speak, from a Grim, as much as a Grim would have.
I mean, they don't really have mind.
Yeah.
But right, then I am even more surprised why the Watchtower didn't do anything yet to defeat the Masteroid.
Well, they're on it now.
I mean, it makes sense because it was the last second one and Ruby defeated the game.
Something else we mentioned last time? Welcome to November 1st in the story. Unless they've been fighting even longer than that. Straight.
I mean, we don't know how many times the sun has woken up. We just know that it was already up. When I died, Ruby, but the blood, sat at the cage, wondering just what had happened. Slowly, he turned toward the nearest cage and looked at the shining viewing port. He started shaking. He tentatively reached out and grabbed the handle that led back to Peter's side. To be sure, he saw only shattered rock. But the dark one was soon. That almost sounded like a Sith Lord name, the Dark One. Beginning to panic, he checked the other cages, hoping that the fell water showed. One by one, he found the same result. Where once was a living creature, was a lifeless stone. Oh no! They are calling each of them like the Dark One, the Dark Two, the Dark Three.
And ironically, they're pretty bright.
Yeah? I don't. Well began. Unable to finish his sentence. He managed had a flutter of steps, and one of his acolytes walked into the chamber. Only acknowledging her presence when she shouted his name for the 5th time. Although I'm missing your phone time. Of course. I'm here, sorry.
Welcome back.
For your information, I got some food. That's rice and meat. I'll put it in the fridge.
Was that the alarm that went off, or a telephone call? What was that?
It was a phone call. My other neighbor brought me food.
Okay, cool.
Just like my mom, they always have the senses that, so he is screaming now. Now I'm gonna call.
Jeez, I was thinking something similar about that call I got last night in the other recording for Adventures of the TARDIS. You know, believe it or not, that getting any call is really rare for me. I don't even get commercial calls for some reason. And I actually knew that person that the call was, but it was interrupting a recording here, so I hung up at the time. But it's like days or weeks before when I received the call prior to that. It's that rare, and it occurred at that moment while we
Yep.
were online with each other. It made me think about the time that I used to play D&D with a friend over at former roommate of the other place, and we often get interruptions by this one person whenever we were playing together. It's like there's some psychic draw to interrupt during those moments like that. And now this person is across the country and still calls in an inconvenient moment when so many other moments around it would have been perfectly fine.
I know the feeling. You don't have to introduce it to me. I mean, I can see. I think it's food. We don't deny food.
Well, you got that. It was some kind of meat and rice, is what I
Yeah,
saw on the back. Okay.
I know. Not began. I'm able to finish his sentence. I mean, I was about to make food after we finish this. So now I don't have to.
Yeah, you seem to be unable to finish the paragraph, actually.
Yeah. He managed on the flutter of stamps. Oh no, I had this sentence. He managed on the flutter of stamps and one of the guys back into the chamber, and that's when the phone happened. Only acknowledging confidence when he shouted his name for the 5th time. Blood, 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 blood. Wonder, we have a problem. Yeah, I don't think she ever mentioned his name even once. She also him father, and that's not your name. She announced, making mother blood out of his tumor. Trying to recompose himself, he turned to face the clearly panicked closest. What is it, my child? Yes, fighting to keep his face calm and composed. There is something on my toes. It's gonna annoy me until I get it out. It's the Titan! They go to Tyrion, and Blood's mask broke. Because it took it as permission, as she continued. The forces have gone out. They have left the island entirely. They are following the GPD and the National Guard, and now only we have lost most of our men. Let's send the women. I see. Don't translate replied. The Titan himself. There is no need to fret. The opponent's work on Raven will not work. Raven is with them, she could interrupt him. On their own power. I don't know how, but the Titans, they forced the opponent out of her, and they are on the way here. Wonder, what to me too?
She's actually aware of the plan in detail. They're aware they're attacking the city and all of that.
I mean, they
They're
definitely
not.
had eyes on them.
They're not doing what they're doing out of ignorance.
It almost sounds like as if they had a spy, a break in the watchtower.
I gotta wonder what their motives are to try to do deliberately this much harm.
I mean, we know that their motive is to bring our father back to Earth.
Yeah, many years ago, I was thinking about some of the D&D religions I had in my campaigns, and like one of them was a neutral evil god of disease. And I was wondering to myself, from the worshipper's perspective, why do they worship this god? who is outright known to be evil, and the fact that he's a god of disease. And when I thought about it, the answer that came to me was because um, they're going to be immune to disease when they join this religion. And their belief is by spreading infection to everyone else, they're the only ones who will be immune to it. Worshipping this god is the way to protect yourself. So they worship him out of fear.
I mean, religion doesn't have to make sense. Religion is a thing that you either believe in or you don't. I mean, have you played Fallout 3?
No.
There is literally a whole town in there.
Religion or worship a bomb?
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, even if you haven't played it, you know it. Even you. So,
it may not have a direct correlation, but when I'm thinking about beliefs, I'm also considering the motive behind it. Why do they believe what they believe? And there's often an answer to that question. Though it can change over time.
Just like everything in a person's life.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't search for reason in religion. Maybe just do it for belief. There you go.
Okay.
But about then, nothing. Especially cultists, because they are on the higher end of the spectrum of religion. They are on the other side of the horse. What about said nothing? Actually started and the cultist is short. And sad, not started. That the cultist is short. That a sense of sheer hate was from within him. And he lashed out and struck the woman across the face. She passed the girl with a yell, coming a cheek, as she stared at him with fearful eyes. Yet, Olamlan did nothing more, as he stopped off, making his way to Trigon's sanctum. He noticed Floyd's scars for aid. It had an instant zeroed in on the statue of Trigon. There you go. Yeah, what happened here?
Maybe his name is Ted Striker.
Maybe he did. Yes, but about did nothing more as he stopped up, making his way to Trigon's sanctum. He noticed Floyd's scars for aid, and then zeroed in on the statue of Trigon. His face only stopped when he noticed a shift in the statue's condition. Last time he had seen it, the statue in a pristine condition, but now it looked burned and ran the light. Jack showed around the statue's form, trying to split it away apart entirely. Oh my lord! The man scratched yet. I'll jump back and the statue sprang to life. Same nest around the statue. The air churning from intense heat. And the statue roared with more rattling ferocity, but covered his ears, trying to block out the painful noise. All to feel his body being cast as sharply pulled toward the statue by an invisible hand. Trigon, I know. Not try to say. I mean, I don't have to do anything with your friend here. It was all on Trigon. Silence! Trigon ordered. And he blood up, and the demon continued. You worthless, insignificant worm! You will explain yourself now! Trigon, what did I do wrong? I did everything you asked of me. Then why didn't you kill the girl? The silver-eyed girl? Was it ever mentioned that he was supposed to kill her?
No, I mean, to Blood right now, this is just completely random.
This is literally like when your wife is against you and you doesn't say why. What did I do wrong?
I remember times in my life that I got punished for something I genuinely wasn't aware was a problem. And it felt unavoidable at the time because I could not know, by ignorance, that what I did would have caused harm in whatever way it was perceived. So it made me feel like the punishment was inescapable.
I mean, at one point I was punished for something that they told I didn't do, but I actually did.
It did touch me one thing.
It was literally a test, an exam test, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be an A or an A plus, and I got an F. And I was like, why? Because I didn't turn it in, they said. And we found out later that the teacher was just misplaced my test, and couldn't find it, and they told that I didn't turn it in.
It's because of my upbringing, I often have the philosophy ignorance is an excuse. Especially if you never had a chance to learn the truth. To learn what the law is or something like that. In that case, if you break the law, you should get away scot-free. Because you were never aware that that was a law. Or something like that.
I mean, law is different because you can read opposite. And
Yeah,
most of the law is common sense.
I know. Sometimes it's not. I'm just aware. We're talking about the situations where you didn't have a chance to learn it because maybe the laws are written in a different language or something, or the opportunity to learn it never came up. So yeah, I actually genuinely feel that ignorance should be an excuse. I'm even having that opinion, even if it caused death. Because sometimes it's completely not your fault when you just didn't know how to avoid the situation.
I mean, I think if there is sometimes when we accept an ignorance as an excuse. What are you doing, the room?
That's the case here.
It all depends on the situation.
Brother Blood never knew this silver-eyed girl existed. He might have heard of the new agent that's worked at the Teen Titans, but that doesn't go down to her specific eye color.
Yeah?
I don't think he studied them that closely, and even if he did, why would he be aware that she's that much of a threat? She didn't know that either. You would probably have to need an oracle to tell the future to have any way to see this problem coming.
I mean, at least Batman side has an oracle.
Right, he does.
So they probably knew that this would happen. But not Mother Blood or Trigon.
Now, Trigon's a very powerful child. It was just lashing out at anyone he can.
Yeah. I mean, he never should have had a child. Or most of them.
Raven is probably 10 times more mature than he is. Because she has to be, in order to do what she does.
And this is why Raven never had a childhood.
As far as I know, she never had a child either. Herself.
But yeah, she has to look after this four children in the Titan Tower.
As a matter of fact, I can actually see a reason she would hesitate to have a child. If her own life was that much threatened because of her father, her child would have that same bloodline too.
Yeah.
And that would intensify the concern, because now there's another target to defend.
Yeah, imagine just having a newborn baby, and then suddenly a newborn baby gaining 2 more eyes, and then turning at you, "Hello, mother!"
Trigon might see that as just another door to get to the material plane, but possibly a weaker one because a little bit more diluted bloodline the further it gets away from him.
Yeah. There you go.
Just flashed the words in my head, an old saying, a face only a mother could love.
I mean, that's the problem. People are only watching in the space. You should watch what's inside. Well, but that's probably Charles' brain trying to fight, and then the one his Lord was fighting too. But he came out empty. I mean, I'm not surprised. He's following Trigon, so he cannot be that's full of brains. He generally had no idea what Trigon was talking about. But Trigon had several eyes. If that was truly the case, how was he supposed to determine when the iconons were under the mesh and habits? Oh yeah, they are even wearing habits. At least icons. I mean, no. Only Haven is wearing a helmet. Or a mask. Mother Blood, I am on the side of Trigon here. That you cannot see. That, oh, one of them had several eyes, I didn't know. I didn't check their eyes because they were masked. No, only Homan is the one who is masked. If you don't know about the others who arrived, then you should have to assume that, oh, it has to be Homan.
Yeah, I could guess that. Well, of the original Teen Titans, he's the only one I can think of that actually wears a domino mask or something over the face.
Yeah.
But several of the Remnantians, or maybe even all of them, do.
Yeah, but they are not Titans.
I guess, but yeah. Ruby's one of them. She actually does wear a mask on while she's on the job here.
I mean, all of them, all of the Remnantians are wearing a mask.
Yep.
Even then, he was confused as to what significance several eyes had. But my lord, I'm afraid I still don't understand. I wasn't even aware of the significance of several eyes, nor that one of the Titans had an individual with them in the eye. Please, help me understand so that I may rectify my error. Too late. Trigon didn't speak. Only the sound coming from the roaring flames. Those flames then subsided, forming themselves yet still burning hot. But the blood felt the hole on his mother's knees, and fell to the ground. Collapsing on his knees, he goes and tilted his hand to look up the statue. As his head was boring in trees, the demon's eyes filled with hatred, but the blood widely said nothing, as I made it heavily. The silver-eyed girl, I began to explain, much calmer now, had ruined everything. Somehow, her eyes had a power I didn't believe they had, and it forced me out of Raven's mind. He has stolen it all from me now, and I can't get back in. Feel the hurt. Wait! So, let me get this straight. Trigon, you are accusing Mother Blood, your subordinate, that, oh, you idiot, you didn't kill the silver-eyed girl, and then you are continuing to say, I didn't even believe that they had that power. You didn't know about her either.
It just occurred to me that Brother Blood's religion here and Trigon has a new target.
Yeah? Mother Blood couldn't believe what he was hearing. Years of planning and preparation gone in an instant, because this little girl pulled something out of thin air. Are you sure it wasn't the car? It doesn't seem possible. And yet, the fact that it did was staring him in the face. Suddenly he remembered that what his acolyte was telling him earlier. The Titans were on their way to apprehend him at this very moment. And the hero was with them. His face fell, and in the panic, he shot up to his feet. My lord, he began. I must admit that very thing. We have lost too much ground to recover. What are you planning? Are you gonna bring the statue on your back, or what? We will not hurt it, Captain. I got interrupted. Am I not fasting?
Oh yeah, that's an error. Just remove the ing and that word is correct.
Yeah, there's fasting.
I have never seen that word with that described that way.
Wait, fasting is a thing as well, but no, that's not what you mean, right? Yeah, you are fasting more. When you are making little creatures like this. This is fasting.
Okay, so the word exists.
I know because I heard that one before, but I'm pretty sure he is not starting to consider these.
Let's go ahead and imagine that it is just the hell of it. It sounds fun more that way.
Hey, interrupted. I'm almost fasting something. Grab his throat and lift him up front. I have waited for far too long for this day, and I will not let a child steal my victory from me. Hey, that happened before. Also, you are... I would say he is invincible, right? Hang on. My age, I mean.
Alright, what do you mean? What are you asking? Are you asking?
He is ageless.
Correct.
So, you have waited some years. Fine, what's 10 more years for you?
Alright, I kind of see your point, but look, I can see the other perspective too. One, you got an immortal, and you think that could make him more impatient, but he's also a demon. They're high in ego, and that would mean being impatient too.
This even proves more that he is just a child. Your wish is my command. The truth comes out. And Trigon crawled deeply before releasing a tip. Again, Sebastian blood fell to the ground and coughed. This time a few space of blood spilling out to the ground. Slowly he rose to his feet and looked at Trigon's statue, in complete subservience. He knew what Trigon wanted them to do, without even needing to say it, and so he nodded dutifully. I will oversee the preparation. Can I join them? No. I am yet further using yet of you. That sounds like a suicide mission then. But no need. Should you fail me again, you will wish for your death with release. No, Trigon. Blood did not fail. He did everything for you. He he got you the money of Raven, and you failed to keep hold of the money.
If the blood fails this time, though, could you consider him responsible this time?
In the matter of what her meaning failed me again. But once again, Monoblot has not failed yet at all. We start dipping down blood brown. He bowed and calmly walked out of the inner sanctum. Unlike before, Tiger said he remained lit, even as the close leader left the room. Calm in their focus, Blood walked out to the main chamber of the church, where the remains of his cloak was waiting for him. My brother and sister. Blood began as he turned to open a highly decorated chest and reach inside. Now for the last one, final demand over us. We are instruments of his will, and we shall not disappoint him. So, either they are gonna go in the suicide mission, or they are gonna sacrifice themselves to the Alpha. The resolution is the same, they are dying, but we will see. Let's turn to face his clothes yet again. This time holding a sharp, jagged symbol and dagger. Oh, they are sacrificing themselves, then. The eyes of his clothes widened in surprise, the glowed in acceptance. I volunteer, father! The man walked up, lowering his hood to reveal his face. But the blood suddenly nodded at him, yet before his sacrifice, that led the man to a stone altar. And the rest of the crew chanted in ancient forgotten tongue, but the blood gently laid the man on the altar, giving the eye tightly. He slowly raised it up high overhead. For the glory of Trigon, cruising the cat, and blood nodded. For the glory of Trigon. Blood repeated. Every saying another blood, but the blood plunged life into the man's heart. And now, repeat this with all of you. We all have to volunteer for their own life. $44 Okay, let me copy this just in case. Looking how far we are. Ooh.
You scrolled kind of fast, but I didn't see any scene breaks.
It is a very long one, yeah.
This is the final scene that goes all the way to the end of the chapter, it looks like.
But knowing that I'm not going to work in 3 days because I'm on break at the moment, so in 2 days we can do this. I would say that's a better stopping point because I might have a lot of air at the end. So we are ending here.
Alright.
And then finishing in 2 days. The same day as the TARDIS reading.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for being here. Even though this was a little bit shorter because of the interruptions and everything. But seeing how long we have, that will be another 40-50 minutes or at least or even more. So yeah, I'm gonna go and eat.
Yeah, this is the finale of the chapter.
Yeah.
This is the final scene.
If I wasn't able to read in two days, then I wouldn't do this, but I can. So see you guys in 2 days. The most TARDIS and this one. Bye bye.